Hari Om, good evening and a warm welcome to each one of you. Welcome to today's session. We are going to look at a Kashaya that helps boost our immunity in today's session. Now, why should we boost our immunity? What is this immune system and why should we take care of our immune system? For us to lead a life without any disease, it is mandatory that we have the microbiome that is there in our body be healthy so that any parasite that is jumping into our body is attacked, instantly killed, and sent out of the body so that we can stay without any diseases. And as part of this process, sometimes you will see that the temperature in your body is rising, or you feel a little low on energy, or you might have soreness in the tongue, right? These are certain indications. Some of us, if it is associated with the respiratory system, we will have nose blocks, excess mucus accumulation, or your body is trying to eliminate some dust particles or whatever in the form of kapha. You have blocks wherever there is a season change. You would see that your body is trying to slightly adjust to the change and shows you some symptoms of mild fever or cold cough, etc., isn't it? So these are all certain symptoms you will experience when your immune system is trying to attack the opponent that has come in. And how do these people come in? There are multiple ways these people can come in. They can either come by the air we breathe in, they can come from the contaminated water we drink, they can come from the food we eat, or even if there is a wound somewhere in the body, an open cut or a wound, they can penetrate through this, and that can cause some kind of an infection or any disease in the body. Now, when they come in very tiny quantity, and they use up the resources that are available in our body, which is the energy basically, and then they start building their numbers. From 1 it will become 2, it will become 4, it will become 8, 16, 32, and it will start multiplying. It will start multiplying itself to a certain number, and once it reaches that certain number, it says, okay, now we are majority, let us go and attack one of the organs, and it will start attacking any organ, and thus some of the diseases are caused in the body, right? Now, our body is not so weak that it can happen. Your immune cells are constantly under surveillance, trying to monitor, trying to check to see if there is any such invader peeping in and trying to cut it off, trying to rusticate it from entering and damaging the cells, and tries to kill it in the process. There are multiple such cells that are involved, and once the war is completed, the dead cells are even thrown out by your immune system. You have in your body an entire lymphatic system in the form of a sewage, that is in the form of a network where these fluids follow along a certain path and are there in the entire body. And not only that, these passages have also got nodal points. These are called lymph nodes. Now they are there at specific points, right? Some of them are there right behind your ear. Some of them are there right under your neck region, under your throat region, near the armpits, in the torso region majorly, and then in the groin area, and also behind your knees. Now, with the asana practices that you do, you are stimulating all of these parts in the body, and thus you are also stimulating the immune system. And that is the very reason why people who follow a healthy lifestyle, a proper meal diet, for example, and regular exercising and taking care will eventually lead to less frequent diseases. And this is very proven thing that you will observe in anybody, not just yoga, in any form of exercise they do, whether it is swimming, cycling, running, jogging. Yoga, my favorite, because it helps me work on the body, breath, as well as the mind. It's got that threefold effect, and that's the reason why I have chosen the yogic path. But those whoever is having a proper lifestyle with a few exercises at least for 4 days in a week, about 45 minutes to 1.5 hour, whatever time it takes, such people will fall less ill. And this is an observation. That's the very reason why there is a lot of emphasis on healthy lifestyle. Non-sedentary lifestyle is what is recommended, especially for people that are in jobs that recommend us to sit in front of the computer. I'm a yoga teacher, but I still end up sitting for quite good number of hours in front of the computer because everything is now online. So how am I able to detox, and how am I able to cater to my on-screen time by taking care of my eyes? I mean, am I doing few exercises for my eyes? For my neck, I should be doing certain exercises, otherwise I can end up having cervical spondylitis. For my upper back, shoulder stiffness, mid back, lower back, am I doing few forward bends, back bends, side bend, twist and turn, and stretch? These are very crucial for spine health, right? And anybody that has a good spine, even at the age of 90, they're as good as 20. But anyone that does not have a proper spine health at the age of 20 are equivalent to 90-year-olds, right? So your immune system is constantly surveying to see any parasite that is trying to peep in. It is paid for immediately and then kicked out of the body. So for this, it makes a lot of antibiotics within your body. Is the chemical factory for all these microbiome, good bacteria that is with you. And it is our responsibility to make sure that these guys are taken care of. Otherwise, what happens? They get wrong information from somewhere, I don't know where, but they start attacking your own body cells, and these are called autoimmune disorders. Why do we have autoimmune disorders? Nobody has been able to pinpoint and say that yes, this is the reason why you have an autoimmune disorder. But for some vague reason, our own good cells attack the body and kills few of our cells and tissues, and that causes a lot of problem in the body. Like for example, quickly I can think of diabetes. If the beta cells in the pancreas are knocked off by your immune system, then your pancreas are no more able to produce insulin, and that can cause diabetes. This is one way or one reason why diabetes occurs. Okay, so how can we take care of our immune system? By eating the right diet, by avoiding stuff that is processed or stored for a long time. Now, when I say avoiding, it's not 100% avoidance. I know it is challenging for us to do so in the given situation. If you are able to knock off the most important ones and stick to only few that you are not able to make it, meaning reduce the quantity of processed food and increase the quantity of naturally available or freshly cooked food, and instantly your immunity will start boosting. But yes, here are some boosters. Today's video, I'm going to show you a 4-minute video with a few very easily available ingredients, and I will tell you one interesting fact about one of the ingredients that we are going to see in the video after we are done with the video. So can I request Karthik to start playing the video? Hari Om, immunity booster, and today we are going to use bay leaves. The water is at the right temperature, simmered it already, so I'm going to use, since they are small, 2 bay leaves, crushing it manually. And then we're going to use ginger, crush it slightly, and we're going to use cloves, head off. Both of them don't have the head, so I'm slightly crushing it. Just 1 shot each. Alright, and then wait for the magic to happen. Give it about 3.5-4 minutes, and this is going to be a light tea. So let's use jaggery for sweetener, right? So while it is getting ready, I'll pop some jaggery into the cups. Alright, the tea has come to its boiling point, so I'm going to turn it off here. Alright, so let's take the pot, give it a quick whisk, and then strain it. Let's pour it in. Give it about 30 seconds and mix it. And then go ahead, taste it. So the taste of bay leaf, ginger is very mild. Very soothing, and go ahead, try it and let me know how it tasted. Hari Om. Sorry about that. Right. So those ingredients are really interesting and are easily available, right? You must have seen bay leaf in being used in many delicacies that we make, but ta-da! Yes, you have seen always the dried bay leaf. Now here is the pre-dried bay leaf. This is bay leaf. This plant is there in our Goa Academy. I just went and picked it off and came. So has an aromatic flavor. I've even washed and eaten one of these leaves the other day, and really very tasty. Of course, I don't recommend that you eat it, but yes, here is very interesting. Ingredient that we have used in this tea. Now let's have a look at the benefits. Now bay leaves are anti-inflammatory. They are very good in boosting the immunity because they have the vitamin A, vitamin B6, and vitamin C. Vitamin C is crucial for your immunity. So any fruit that has vitamin C, like lemon, is a very good add-on into some of your dishes, right? Orange, pineapple, tangerine, even the lime, sweet lime, they are really good. But the problem is, whenever you eat these acidic fruits, the moment you put them in the mouth, your mouth says gulp it, right? So you have already an acid environment in the stomach. When you don't put it in the mouth for at least a few seconds and gulp it down, it feels a little acidic. Lime juice, when some people, I've seen them drink it in one go, right? That's not the ideal way of drinking. Why? Because you should allow the enzyme which is in the mouth. What's the enzyme? It is the saliva. Saliva is an alkaline medicine, I would say. Not just an enzyme, it has medicinal values. You just leave the fruit in the mouth for a few more seconds and then gulp it. What happens? The saliva mixes with the juices that are extracted from the bite, and then it goes down along with saliva as an alkaline material than being acidic. In that instance, you will see that even these acidic fruits, when you eat with a lot of chewing and a lot of saliva mixing in it, you don't feel acidic after you eat those, right? And ideally all food items should be eaten with a proper chewing. If not, then acidity, gas are very common. But yeah, best solution is first thing to start chewing your food at least 32 times, which we talked about already, isn't it? Now bay leaf, when we were talking about antidepressant and stress reliever, it also has antifungal properties. Very useful for people suffering with respiratory disorders, and it helps in diabetes management. Also improves digestion, and there are multiple more benefits. These are very few that I thought we should instantly talk about. Coming to ginger, who doesn't know about ginger? Respiratory issues, ginger is the first root that comes into play. Any digestion related issues like irritable bowel syndrome or any such thing, ginger can be very good. It has a lot of medicinal values. It also relieves motion sickness. Okay, has anti-inflammatory, antifungal properties. For all the ITIS related issues, where ITIS are all inflammatory pains, isn't it? So even in your osteoarthritis, it can be of great help when consumed in a certain quantity every day. It goes into most of the vegetables that we do, most of the stews that we make, even in most of the rice preparations, the flavored rice preparations. Ginger is very commonly used, and here it goes in our tea. Ginger also helps in improving the brain function. It is very good for people that are suffering with menstrual pain. Now, women in the house, for not many of you will it be an easy 3-day process. For some of you, it is really painful, I understand. But by including ginger regularly and few asanas that you could do that works on the Mooladhara Swadhisthana region, your menstrual pain can be reduced drastically. Coming to cloves, cloves are superb herbs. They are a little on the heat producing side. So what it is recommended is that you knock off the tip or the head and use it in summer, and use it with the tip of the head in winter, and that would do the magic. It protects us against any cancer. It has a lot of antioxidant properties, helps in reverse aging. It also kills any free radicals that are trying to find an article to bind with within our body. So these free radicals are like running looking for a very good binding agent to transform itself into cancer cell. Those can be arrested by using cloves in our recipes, right? And these are most commonly used in many recipes, but this particular tea that you're making in this combination will help boost your immunity and works on your respiratory system as well. Now, I just read about Anuja Gupta's mom. So sorry, Anuja. I really mourn your loss. But yes, autoimmune disorders are actually, taking a big step in the, process of making us sick these days. From where are they happening? For many people it is like they were all good till yesterday, but suddenly something happened, and they have this cancer now, or they have this disease now, although all other activities are at constant. They still have these issues. What is happening? What is happening to our immune system? God knows what. But we can arrest them by just giving the right flavonoids, by just giving the right micronutrients. We can actually rusticate all these problems to a great extent. All right. So go ahead, try this recipe, and if you like it, then let me know how it tasted and what else did you add or get rid of to make it suit your requirement. And tomorrow when we come back, we're going to look at metabolism improvers. One of the teas that we're going to look at is going to help us improve our metabolism, right? So if you have any questions, I'm all ears. You can put them in the chat box. I'll go ahead answer those questions. If not, then it is time for us to call it a day. So use the chat box for any questions that you might want to pop it. Mm, in food pipe, they have cancer in food pipe. Um, I need to know more about this. If you can ping me on my personal window, I can share my number. Um, okay, let me write my number. 949292742. That's my phone number. Okay, there it is. Ping me and let us talk. I need to understand more about this cancer in the food pipe, and then I can suggest if they can drink or they cannot drink. Can this kashaya be taken to kids as well for improving their immunity? Definitely, yes. If the child is over 5, 6 years, adjust the taste according to their requirement. Since we are giving these in very minute micro quantities, it doesn't matter if you are adding a little more jaggery for them to ease or to make it a little easier for them to consume. Can be given. But don't force them. If they don't like it, they don't like it. It's all right. They will understand someday, and they will start consuming. You start consuming, and then you will automatically see they will ask for it. See, that's how the kids are. You drink coffee, tea, they will be like, "Oh, what's in it? Why is mommy not giving it to me?" That's how they are, isn't it? So if you stop consuming coffee, tea, they will also stop consuming it, and they will start with whatever kashayas you drink. All right, super. So if that's the end of the Q and A, okay, wait, one more, Madhu. Is there any reason why do you add jaggery sometimes in the concoction and sometimes in the cup? See, I don't prefer keeping the jaggery in the flame for a long time. So if I'm taking off the concoction in the next 30 seconds or so, then I would add it to the pot and mix it well and give it. Or sometimes I directly add it to the um, serving cup and then stir well. I really don't want it to be heated further because it has already undergone the process of heating, and in the heat it is the juice is actually heated to a certain temperature, and then few more processes, and that's how the jaggery is made. I don't want to further cook it. Right. Hopefully, Madhu, that answers your question. And if that's the last one, then let us call it a day. Thank you. Thank you so much. You have joined on Saturday evening at 7 p.m. I'm glad. And tomorrow it's going to be Sunday. So, yes, tomorrow is the last session. Tomorrow, I will tell you how you can make use of the course that you could buy off the Bodhi app, and we will take it further. What then tar? I don't understand that. All right. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely, beautiful, wonderful, energetic evening. See you back tomorrow.